Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. On today's episode, we are going to recap our retreat we had last weekend. We've got our top 5 back-to-school comedy movies, our Liam's Facts, our fight scene, and our joke of the week. So this is our back-to-school episode. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the show, everybody. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk with TruMotion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host Tony.
What up?
All right. Well, we were gone last weekend because we were both at the retreat.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun. What were your takeaways from that?
It was hot as hell.
It was hot.
It was like, I kind of realized that like it had been hot for like a long time when you go to the the coolers where all the food is at, and there's no more ice.
Yeah, the ice melted really fast.
You're just like, oh, okay. So it's one of those type of...
Yeah, the ice melted really, like within the first 6 hours.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy
Or at least
crap.
the little cube cooler in the instructor's camp.
Yeah.
The ice was gone like before nightfall.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I had another cooler that was there that there was some ice left, but there wasn't much. And I put like 32 pounds of ice in it.
No way.
Yeah. I bought 2 bags of the ice from like Sam's or Costco.
Right.
Yeah. There was hardly any ice left.
So, and it was kind of funny because I remember, like, while we were up there talking about it, and I was like, dude, there were years that, don't get me wrong, like, it would be warm, but nothing like this. Like, even in the mornings, of course, you'd get that nice, crisp mountain morning where you're like, oh, it's kind of...
You'd wear a hoodie.
Chilly. Like, you wear a hoodie.
Yep.
Yeah, if you had the people get the fire going and stuff like that.
Yeah, we didn't get the fire going at all in the instructor's camp.
No.
Didn't even Steven start one.
No. And honestly, I'm really surprised they allowed you to even have a fire up there at all.
We can, just as long as, obviously, it's within the fire pit and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a couple of times that, like that. Okay. I understand fire is a fun thing to play with.
The little young man that kept playing with the fire.
Kept on throwing like leaves and stuff that would just smolder and everything else. And I'm like, no. And, and then again, love Bryce to death. No. If you keep the fire kind of going, it's going to be easier to start it when it's at night. It's like, I don't want it right now for like the next 10 hours.
Yeah.
Because it is like there's the sun and then there's me. And there's like nothing in between to protect me, so I don't want this fire.
Yeah.
And it was just like constantly smoky and stuff like that. And I'm like,
the night before, I mean, he's poking it with the stick, which whatever, and he's letting the tip on fire, and then he starts wandering away into the trees,
into the tree line.
and Tyler's just all like yelling at him, "Hey!" He stops, and we're like, "Put the stick back," and he just drops it, and everybody's like, and runs over and starts like stomping it out, and there's like, this is where the kid lights forest on fire.
Yeah, because the kid's not thinking.
Yeah,
and so that was kind of interesting. The two-handed broadsword form that
Brent was showing.
That's awesome. Having Brent come up here and teach and everything else is absolutely fantastic.
It's been a while since I've had a chance to hang out with him.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years. I mean, ever since he started having kids.
Yeah. Dude, he's like, tip my hat to Brent, but he's jacked.
He's definitely filled out.
Yeah. And it's like, because like when I saw him, like, oh, look at your arms, dude.
He put on some muscle for sure.
Dude, and it's like, I mean, it's hard-earned muscle is what, I mean, because I don't think he's on
No.
anything
No.
or anything
Well,
else.
I don't even think he lifts weights.
You don't?
I genuinely don't think he does much like quote unquote resistance strength training.
Wow.
I think it's all just martial arts training.
Wow.
I
mean,
could
if
be
that's the
wrong.
case,
I could be wrong. I
tip my
should
hat
ask
to
him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he
Holy
trains
crap.
constantly.
He does.
Well, and all of the schools that he works with out in California, they're basically like MMA schools.
Yeah.
Like even like the dojos he trains at or like trains with, they don't do any forms.
Yep.
I don't think they do any techniques. It's all fighting concepts and groundwork, and that's kind of about it. So he's all like, it's kind of nice coming up here because he's all like, I don't do forms anymore.
Which is really unfortunate because he
was really good.
He's
really
absolutely
good at
amazing. Yeah. I mean, awesome at forms and stuff. And it's funny because I remember, I don't know, like how we actually started hanging out with Brent or anything else, or if it was just because we would go down to California all the time.
I think it's honestly Tyler. Yeah,
100%. But I remember like him constant because again, for those of you guys who are not in the know, when we were part of United Studios, it was very, very much like a cardinal sin not to go other places for instruction.
Yeah.
You get all your information from us. You get all our, you don't need to get any more information. We have the best, blah, blah. Very cultish.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
If there's any USSD people that are listening, hopefully you'll understand and be able to be like, yeah, we kind of did that. Which is funny because now they're bringing in, Philip Sahagan and everything else from K-Star and all that other stuff. But, like actually like hanging out with Brent. And Brent's like, oh, yeah, I train over at this place. Oh, yeah, I go over here to this place. Oh, yeah, I go over to this place. And you're like, what? You can do that? Like,
yeah.
You're not getting in trouble for this. And he's like, I don't freaking care.
He was getting blackballed.
He was getting blackballed. And that's, I think, when we started seeing when other, like, high-value instructors were getting blackballed.
Yeah.
And we're like, why are you not listening to this guy?
Yeah.
And training with this guy? Why isn't this guy teaching?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just like, oh, it's because you're threatened.
Yeah.
It's going to mess with the culture of the organization that you have established, and you've established a total control, culture and organization. And so, I remember like we would go down, we hang out with Brent and everything else. And, he would, there was one time we went on to, was it me and you that went out to dinner with him?
I can't remember.
Yeah. But like we met up at this like gym, and it was this trick flipping gym, whatever thing. And he was there with a whole bunch of other people, and they were doing like these jump spinning, flip kick and everything else. It was really kind of cool. But yeah, like, the reason why he is as good as what he does is because like he's got that burn for, more information, more knowledge. He works out like a beast, and
it's got martial arts Tourette's.
He really does. And it's one of the things that, looking at it, we are so lucky and so blessed to like have somebody who is like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the world of Brent.
Yeah,
his daughter was freaking amazing.
Yeah, she was a cute
as
girl.
A button. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And of course, like I kind of have to like remember, like and his daughter's tiny.
Yeah, she's very small. Well, Amanda's
and then of course I have to remember.
And then Brent's not the tallest person either.
Right.
She's going to be a tiny girl.
Yeah, but absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
Cute as a freaking button.
Yeah, she's a little cutie.
So
no, it was really good to have him back out, and yeah, he said he's hopefully going to be coming out a lot more often, and that I think that's great. But it's funny, he can only handle like 24 hours up in the mountains.
Yeah,
and he's all like, I gotta go.
I gotta bounce.
Yeah, I gotta go put my feet. Everybody's always like, go out and touch grass. He's like, I need to touch concrete.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him for sure. Trying to think of what
I
else
love it.
happened. Oh, yeah, another reason to hate tiny rodents. I'm thinking it's squirrels. Freaking hate squirrels. Well, in the instructor's camp, I bought, snacks and drinks for all of us and this and that.
Right.
And I, obviously you got to have like the red vines. And
Of course. Duh.
so nobody had started eating this stuff because we were hardly ever over there. So
Right.
Sunday morning, Melanie is all like, "Hey, can I have some red vines?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we like cracked them open, and I bought a family size bag of peanut butter M&Ms.
Right.
Because I mean,
Right.
again,
Right.
when
As
you're
one does.
camping, you should have some sort of peanut like M&Ms. And I went to go move the bag, and it's like it's suspiciously light for not being opened.
No.
Yes. And then I pulled it out. It's empty. Completely empty. And something had like torn a hole in the middle of the bag and all of it was gone.
No.
Every single piece was gone. And you see these like dark scratches on the inside and you're like, I told Tyler, I go, dude, something just ate this whole bag of peanut butter M&Ms. And the day before, I thought that there was something had gone through our camp.
And you were saying that.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Because the grape box or the grape container was knocked over, and my supplement pill box was open. One of them was open, and a few of the pills were laid out.
Yeah.
I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, that's weird. I put them back in. The next day, I was like, I was short a fish oil pill.
Yeah.
And I was like, that little son of a bitch ate a fish oil pill too. And I was like, I hope his joints feel great and he's hyper and he's running into trees or he gets permanent diabetes. It's like stupid squirrels.
Hey, it could have been worse. He could have like taken some like terkesterone and some
God,
Anavar and started lifting weights in the gym, out in the woods.
I was like, these stupid squirrels. I cannot stand squirrels. I hate them. Good riddance to all of them.
Yeah.
But so then when I started bitching about that, Tyler's like, that's going to be our next retreat shirt. I hate squirrels.
I hate squirrels.
So, but no, I mean, I thought the retreat was great. We got out of there fairly early.
Yeah.
I think we left around 9:30, almost 10.
Yeah.
We didn't really make a big breakfast. Normally, we
we
cook.
do. Yeah, we did. It's a nice, good sized breakfast.
But honestly, we were just all like, there wasn't a whole lot. A lot of people left Saturday night too.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people because one, it was really hot.
It was ridiculous.
So a lot of people bounced Saturday night. And then the next morning, we're like, dude, we should just have like a quote unquote continental breakfast where it's like eat the fruit, eat the muffins, not dirty up anything else, and then just kind of get out of there quickly.
Yeah.
I don't want to say quickly, but not linger for the sake of lingering.
Right.
And it actually rained.
It started to rain when we were leaving.
Yeah,
Saturday, so I was only up there for a day.
Yeah, it started to rain. It rained for like 30 seconds and very light drizzle, like hardly anything. But I mean, shoot, you should have seen everybody start to panic. It was kind of funny.
Well, for those of you who don't know,
parts of Utah flooded.
Parts of Utah are a mess right now.
Yeah.
And when I say from like, it's not just like, oh, this rural area. No, we had like some water come in Thursday.
Yeah.
Flooded Sandy, flooded Draper, flooded the Riverton area.
Hurricane got flooded.
Hurricane yesterday.
Yeah, had major flood issues.
It's bad.
Yeah.
There have been flash floods. There have been Zion Creek that dumps into St. George is overflowing and everything else right now.
Yeah.
With all of the water that's coming in. Because we just had these big, massive monsoon-type storms that hit Utah. And
apparently, there were tornado warnings here in the valley.
Tornado warnings out in Tooele.
Yeah, apparently there's some in Harriman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't happen here.
No.
And so, and so like things are just, this is crazy, like, they call it the super El Nino season. And I can kind of understand like when it starts to kind of sprinkle, you're just like, ooh, like how bad is this gonna be?
Yeah.
You know, is it gonna be just like, okay, 30 seconds, or like I go underneath my rain fly and stuff like that in my tent or my hammock, whatever,
Yeah.
or underneath the canopies that we have, and we're gonna be totally fine? Or is this I need to kind of start packing up because flash flood warning type stuff?
I would have,
You know,
if I didn't know the forecast, it would have been real easy to not know what was going on.
right?
But there was 0% chance of rain
Exactly.
in the forecast.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is probably just like a slight microburst running through the area.
Right.
So it's like, it's fine.
Well, and again, the great thing about being up there is that there is there's no cell phone connection up there.
No.
You know,
Actually, I was getting some cell service.
you can get like it was spotty, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go check, I'm gonna surf the web, I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah. You
I
know?
actually got on Instagram in the instructors camp.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't like reliable for sure.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Way more than I've ever had in the past, that's for sure.
Oh, 100, like I remember when it was like crap, like who else is coming down?
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
We need like utensils, or we need this.
Mhm.
You know, and we'd have to like get in a car, drive up to the point where like
Yeah.
you can still see kind of Provo a little bit, and
Yeah.
and light a candle and burn some incense and
Yeah.
rub some sage and hope to the cell phone gods that you would get
Sacrifice a small animal.
small child. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, that's why we bring children up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was kind of weird to kind of like all of a sudden have like my phone start popping off with notifications. I was
Yeah.
like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
The one thing that I do kind of, because again, whenever I come up to these things, it makes me laugh. Because I'm like, oh, hey, Tony, show up. We need you to cook. But and here's the thing, I laugh because I find it funny, but I enjoy doing it. So it's like, to me, it's like no big deal. Like you're behind the grill, I'm like, I'm gonna be right there next to Mark. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's like it's what we do. But it still makes me laugh to this day that there's certain things that I'm like, you haven't bought that yet?
Like what?
So an actual like independent burner.
Oh, yeah. No,
And I'm just like, dude, like you need hot water every single time you cook to clean everything and everything else. Like you just get an extra burner. Like they're not expensive. And they collapse and they fold down. I mean, it's not hard.
We might get another burner the next time.
Because I was like, when everybody's like, when's the spaghetti? I'm like, if I hear that one more damn time,
yeah,
I'm walking up I'm bouncing. But again, like, and it's like, well, why isn't the water boiling? It's like, well, the little like gas diffuser plate fell off. And
I don't know how that happened.
It wasn't, dude.
Did you get it back in?
Yeah. Yeah.
How?
So it.
Because every like which way I turned it, I'm like, nope.
Right.
Nope.
So I was trying to get it in, and I had the same problem.
Yeah.
So I flipped it. I was like, maybe it like got flipped and turned around, and like when I flipped it, it easily went up in there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So if that's the case, then there's some position that top part can be in that will allow it to move out. So I just kept on working it, and finally, like kind of pushed some things and everything else, got it up there, so it was actually like not upside down, but it was correct and laid on top. And I was like, great. And then, but again, even still, that little burner, it's great for a little pot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not meant for the pot that we brought up with us.
No.
Yeah.
And again, like I think the idea of what Tyler has for like the spaghetti dinner and stuff like that is a great idea, except for the pasta.
I voted no on spaghetti dinner.
So I'm okay with like, here's the thing. So like with just browning a whole bunch of hamburger, you get the tomato sauce. I mean, the tomato sauce turned out great.
Yeah, it was good.
It was awesome. It was probably because I made it, but
sure, Tony made it.
But change your pasta type
To what?
to anything else besides spaghetti. So you can do like, penne pasta, fusilli, you can do rotelle, whatever. Just anything besides that, because it's A, going to be easier to dish up, B, it's going to be easier to, to actually cook and everything else and to move on from there. It's not going to, and if it sits, for a little bit, and that's those starches that are on the outside of the pasta kind of get clumpy, you can put a little bit of the hot pasta water on there and revitalize the smaller pastas a lot better than you can doing like, the whole spaghetti thing and everything.
So maybe we'll do like macaroni or something.
100%. Anything other than a long pasta.
Or shells.
Yeah. I mean, but.
Because long pastas, they work better with like thinner sauces because it doesn't really stick to the pasta, right?
Depends on the pasta. So a fettuccine, where it's a whiter style pasta, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because generally what you put on that is like a white sauce, okay, a bechamel style sauce. Then you've got your angel hair style pasta. Angel hair style pastas are used for that thinner sauce where you want to have the pasta actually try to grab onto as much as the sauce as you can because there's not a lot there. Yeah. So like if you got an oil-based sauce or like a really, thin sauce or something like that, you're going to use like an angel hair style pasta. And if it's thicker, that's where you dial up the thickness of the of the sauce. And that's the other thing is that if you had like with like even like shells or macaroni or anything else, it's going to have like a hole that's in there, especially with the tomato sauce we made.
Mm-hmm.
We just shifted from like karate to food. Sorry.
Well, we were talking about the retreat.
We are talking about the retreat, so that's good.
Yeah.
The good thing about having something like that is that when you mix, and this is kind of generally how you serve pasta, like how we did it in Italy, is that once you make the pasta, you kind of strain it. You reserve some of the cooking water, of course.
Yeah.
But then you take that pasta and you put it in the sauce itself and mix that all together. So that way, with the, anything that has like an opening, like for like the rotelle or whatever, or shells or something like that, the sauce will actually get into that. So it's not necessarily you're having to like, scoop up the sauce with the pasta and then have that. It's already like, impregnated. And
truthfully, honestly, we should have just taken the hamburger bun or hot dog buns and made like mini sloppy joes.
Dude, it was really kind of weird. Like
it tasted like sloppy joes.
I think it was because of the of all of those bell peppers we did.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I never really put bell peppers in my spaghetti sauce.
I generally don't either. That's like
I'll put like onions or garlic, but not bell peppers.
Yeah,
But we were going off of Tyler's recipe, so I was like,
yeah. Tyler was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm like, all right. I mean,
the sauce was good.
Yeah,
and it wasn't bad.
And that's the thing. Like it's a ragu. Like it's a sauce. I mean, it's it's what it is.
Canned sauce, pour it in with hamburger meat.
Yeah, make sure the hamburger meat and everything else is seasoned. I mean, that's the biggest thing that you got to make sure. But then, because I made sure like when we were doing the bell peppers that it got some of that like charred caramelization and stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it might have been that, Yeah,
because when I tasted it, I was like, this tastes like sloppy joes.
It was really, and because I cooked all the hamburger.
Yeah.
Because again, when I opened up the cooler, I'm like, there's no ice. This meat's got to be used today.
Could have put it in another cooler. Well, actually, I don't know if we should have put it in another cooler.
I was like, nope. Food safety.
Well, whatever.
It turned out really good.
The bears ate really well after we left. Because there was like 3 pounds of hamburger meat that we didn't use. So Tyler just dumped it in the trees. And he's like, man, the animals around here are going to hope we come back. So,
yeah, but like, I mean, the only thing that, again, it just kind of makes me laugh. It's like, how many years have we been doing the retreat?
A long time.
It's like, okay, get an additional high-powered burner for like boiling hot water.
Well, we had that when Philip was in charge of the kitchen.
Oh yeah, because he would bring his own.
He brought his own.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I would bring mine.
I don't remember you bringing yours.
No, well, that's how Philip got it, is because it was mine.
Oh.
And I lost it in the fire.
So I thought he brought his own Camp Chef.
No. So he had his Camp Chef, but I brought my own single burner.
Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah, that was probably the best food we had is when he was in charge of the kitchen.
Dude, no joke. Philip, friggin',
he knew exactly what time to start it, and he was really good at being like, "Hey, you do this, you do this."
Yeah, and a lot of that, for people who don't know, Philip used to, and we're not talking about Philip Sahagan, we're talking about Philip Tolman.
Yeah,
who used to run our Layton studio.
Friend of the program.
Friend of the program. Oh yeah, he's been on the program before, so it's awesome. So he used to work in restaurants and managed restaurants,
run and manage kitchens
and stuff like that, and so
it showed.
100%. Like when things would start, I would just basically be like, "You just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Point me in the right direction, because I've never done this. I only pretend like I do."
Well, when we cook, it's for like 4 people.
Right.
Like your family.
Yeah.
Like
I'm for like 30, 40 people.
I'm getting better at that, but I'm still not like really comfortable at like knowing how much, what time to start it, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Like I cooked all the ribs and everything for the 5-year dinner.
Yeah.
And like I was guessing on like, okay, how much time because with like smoking it and this and that.
Yep.
I feel like I did a decent job, but it's still like I wasn't entirely sure. There's a lot of hoping and praying that I got the time right.
Right.
Because you don't want to sit around and have cold food.
Exactly.
So, but no, but when he was doing it, like he marinated the chicken for the fajitas and
there was, and that's the thing. Again, when you start thinking about, especially about, it's like, oh yeah, we'll cook food for a whole bunch of people. It's like, okay, I want you to think about that for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? It's like, okay, so how many people are going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have like 30 people. It's like, okay, well, what do you want to serve? Well, I want to serve fajitas, for example. It's like, okay, how many people, do we have any dietary allergies? I mean, that's now becoming a very common thing because, like the constant joke I say, I did not marry money. I married celiac disease, which costs twice as much and tastes half as bad. And so, and I, again, no slight to Cammie or anything else.
No,
but
it's just what it
has
is.
full on celiac, and it's like, because again, like I make pasta, dude. Like Italy's like my blood, even though I'm not Italian. Like I love bread, I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now knowing how to be like, oh, cross contamination is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to drink more water and everything else, and so you get those flavor packets, you put it in the water and everything. Well, she started drinking this one Crystal Light, and
I have some over here.
Yeah, all of a sudden her guts, everything else were just like she was dying. She's like, "What is going on?" Like, and I'm like, "Have you been anywhere to eat?" And I'm starting to go through did I cross contaminate something?
Yeah.
Come to find out, no, wasn't cross contamination. Wasn't where she ate and everything else. It was Crystal Light packets, because the artificial sugar that they use is maltodextrin. You can make maltodextrin from a lot of different things, and it depends on where they source it at. But maltodextrin is also used from wheat. And so that wheat also comes through. Now, did it give her like a full-on, flare up as if she did eat bread? No.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was enough to be like, something I'm eating is wrong.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that you kind of start thinking about. It's like, okay, like fajitas, like, okay, we've got people that are going to need, like, flour tortillas are fine, but we need corn tortillas for everybody else. On my cook surface, am I going to have any type of flour type thing on here, or am I going to just have like the seared vegetables and stuff like that and the meat? Just the vegetables and the meat. Great. Then that can be, as long as it stays in its own world, that'll be gluten-free. Fine. Well, now we got to start thinking about how many bell peppers are we going to need?
Yeah.
How many onions are we going to need? How many pounds of chicken breast are we going to need? How are we going to marinate it? How is it going to be seasoned?
Yeah.
Okay. At what time do we start prepping that beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
And then you start kind of like dialing this back, and you're just like, okay, good. So we're going to have 15 bell peppers. Okay, great. It's going to take roughly, 15 to 20 minutes to cut and dice up those bell peppers and the onions. Okay, are we going to need salsa, for
Yeah.
example? You do, I'll just do canned salsa. Okay, that's fine, but
How much?
how much canned salsa now are you going
Yeah.
to use? So we're going to get like 3 to 4 tablespoons per person. You've got, 40 people there, so you've got 160 tablespoons, okay, so how many like jars of salsa are we going to need? Yeah, I mean, you kind of start running through numbers like that. How much cheese, how much sour cream, because now you got to start multiplying all that stuff through. And again, for those of us that like, we don't do this.
No.
Ever.
No.
Except for maybe once a year. And it's what Philip did like probably 3 times a night when he was working in food service.
Yeah.
And oh yeah. I mean, he would go and just be a freaking wizard at that type of stuff.
Yeah, and then he made those like crock pot Dutch oven cakes with the Dr. Pepper and Sprite.
Yes.
That was good.
Oh yeah, with like the peach and the cherry cobblers and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Just need to tell Philip, be like, hey, we'll pay for your retreat. Just come cook for us.
Just come cook for us.
And we'll buy all the food. I think he might do it. I don't know. I hope he might. I hope he would come back and do that stuff. I invited him to the picture, the barbecue.
Oh yeah.
But they had some sort of 24th thing going on at his church.
Oh yeah.
So
he's bishop.
He's a bishop.
Yeah.
Loser.
I know, he had to shave, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
He shaved.
Yep.
Like he doesn't have facial hair anymore.
He does not have facial hair anymore.
What a loser.
It is a weird thing, but no, he's
Is that not allowed in the clergy?
I don't know if it's like not allowed, but it's just like it is. It's probably one of those things like, okay, we need to basically look business professional.
Well, you can just tell him Jesus had a beard. Relax, people.
That's 100% true. 100% true.
Yeah.
But
ever since I got out of high school, because I had to shave for basketball.
Right.
That was because my coach, ironically enough, I went to a Lutheran high school and my coach was LDS.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the other funny thing. The guy who's in charge of all of the records keeping out at Granite Mountain, the LDS Church, I don't know if those of you guys who know, the LDS Church keeps records, and
of
not
everything.
Not like records on like, oh well, okay, so Mark drank coffee on the 23rd of June.
FBI J. Edgar Hoover type.
But it's like, okay, so Mark, like if Mark was LDS, for example, Mark is married to Shanna. Mark's mom and dad is Mark Diaz Sr. and Mark's mom. I can't remember. Susan. And then Susan Diaz, okay? And okay, so like we'll go to Mark Diaz and we're and see who his parents are and everything else. So did they have any brothers or sisters? And I mean,
they get real big on genealogy.
Yeah, and if you understood, I think if you understood the theology of where the LDS Church comes from, it makes a lot of sense. Where people are like, oh, got it. So you literally think that people have passed on who haven't had, like again, baptized, that type of stuff, that you want them to be able to have that opportunity, have it done. You do it by proxy here. That way, if they choose to accept it on the other side, great. If they don't, great, whatever, because you want everybody to get back to Jesus.
Yeah, I've never understood that practice, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of follow strictly with what the Bible says, that you have to be baptized, okay.
Yeah, I just
I get it.
No, I just think because at that point your soul's already dealt with. So, like, I don't know what happens after that.
Oh yeah.
So, speaking
100%.
of which, remember the kind of off topics slightly. We had our ghost episode.
Yes.
Okay, so the hats up there?
Yes.
The white one.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to flip this around, and we'll... A little bit more.
Okay, see those hats up there? There's a white one.
Kind of right up there.
Yep, so obviously you got the black, red, and white. The white one was pushed way off to the side. And when Paige set those up,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and she said, if anybody messes with these, I'm going to be furious.
Okay. I love Paige. Paige is hilarious.
So that one was like pulled off to the side. So the logo is pointed to our left.
Okay.
Okay. We have glove dogs over on the shelf over there. One of them was on the floor. Okay, you can't really see them because Bob's in the way.
Oh, Bob's. Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So they're behind Bob.
They're behind Bob. They're on a shelf.
Behind Bob. Okay.
One of them was on the floor.
Okay.
Something's moving them.
Something is moving
The stuff. And, well, as of right now, the bathroom light's on.
The bathroom light is on.
Bathroom light's on, and it's motion censored.
Okay.
So, and it was. I've been noticing it a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened like 3 times in group class the other day. I'll be teaching, I'll be like, oh, light's on.
It just turns on.
Yep. And the door's halfway shut, so there's no like bouncing reflections,
shadows or whatever that'll trip the light sensor and stuff that's in there.
So it's like, why is the bathroom light on?
Okay.
So,
all right.
Speaking of souls, afterlife
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, but anyway, like the reason why we started talking about that was because the guy who's in charge of that over there is Catholic.
Oh, there you go.
Lifelong Catholic. And he's just like, yeah, like Mormons are great, whatever. And I'll help them with their record keeping and stuff like that. And,
yeah, Catholics are pretty good at that.
You know, which it's really kind of funny. Like,
got a whole archive.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's to me, I find it comical because, again, Mormons are really big about genealogy and like, knowing your family line and where you're from. And then other organizations will come up to the Mormon church and be like, hey, so can we get some of that, genealogy? And they're like, yeah, like what do you want?
Yeah.
And so.
But let's move on with the program. Let's move on to our Liam's Facts. Well, before we get to our Liam's Facts, Tony just revealed that you almost flooded the basement.
Yeah. So, again, moving everything into this one, 2 homes into one, right? Okay. So I get down there and there's still some stuff in the bathroom that I haven't like filled out yet and everything else. And I'm like, all right, cool. And for Christmas 2 years ago, my dad's funny. He will get into something and think it's super cool. And then everybody in the family has to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So about 2 years ago, he like found out bidets were awesome.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, it's the best thing ever. Everybody's got it. So he bought one for like all of us kids.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll just hook it up to the house that I used to live in, and use it. Started using it. Dude, bidets are awesome. Love them to death. Well, undid all the plumbing and stuff from the house that I was in before. We moved into this place with Cammie, and I was like, I will just deal with that later and hook it all up later. And so yesterday, I was like, I finished work early. I was like, okay, I'm going to get this done because I want to finish unpacking boxes and get things kind of squared away. I had very much a Mrs. Incredible moment from The Incredibles where it was like, aha, the last box. It's like in the past 3 years or what? Where it was like, I don't want to be that 3 years later.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to get this bidet hooked up on everything else here. So, of course, you go down, you do the water shut-off valve to the toilet, I turned shut the whole thing off. It stopped everything else. And then I go to undo the water valve that goes into the tank.
Uh-huh.
And I pull it off, and the water's not turned off. And water's spraying everywhere now. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, maybe I didn't turn this. Maybe I can kind of do this, and I can kind of do it quickly.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to sit there and get this all situated and everything else. Water's still spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this ain't working. So let me put everything back together now. So, connect the water hose that goes from the wall to the tank and everything else. Tighten that up. Make sure that it's not leaking there because that's where everything was like spraying out everywhere. by this time, I'm no joke. 2 gallons of water have been like just sprayed all over the floor.
Yeah.
I've got towels everywhere, like holding back that like Utah's flooding, and now I'm flooding my basement because,
intentionally flooding.
And so I get everything all set up, and I'm like, I was frustrated with a whole bunch of other things, and I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm like gathering up all of the towels and everything else, wiping everything down, cleaning up the water mess, put the towels in the laundry room, and of course there's clothes that are in the washer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do this.
It's Murphy's Law.
I can't do this.
Murphy, I hate you.
Then I go back into the bathroom. And there's like, it is a steady stream of water that's coming out of the shutoff valve now.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you effing kidding me?
What happened?
And so the inside, so it was one of those, it was a multi-turn valve that's on there.
Was it corroded or?
The inside of it, there's a little, there's a rubber, like black gasket that goes on it that makes the seal. There was no more black gasket. It was gone. Like the whole guts of the whole entire thing were just destroyed.
Yeah.
And so, then of course, my father-in-law comes down. He's like, hey, what's going on? You guys doing okay? And I'm like, no. He said, why are you? Because I was back in like the mechanical room. He's like, oh yeah, why are you back in the mechanical room area? I'm like, I said, where's your water shutoff valve for the whole house? And he just looks at me. He's like, it should be in this room over here. I was like, okay. He's like, why do you need it? And I said, the shutoff valve for the toilet is leaking. And he says, well, those usually don't leak if people don't touch them.
It's like, yeah, I touched it.
And I'm like, yeah, I touched it.
Try me. I'm not in the mood.
I'm not in the mood right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, why did you touch it? And I was like, I was trying to put this bidet thing on there. Went to go shut the water off and everything else. Now it's leaking like a sieve. I've got to get this stupid thing taken care of.
Yeah.
I said, what size of pipes did you have put in this house? And he's like, oh, you're serious? I'm like, yes, I am serious, and you're leaking water. So either I take care of this or we call a plumber.
Yeah.
I was not having it. Go to Home Depot. I hate the multi-turn valves just because I think they're a pain in the butt. So I just went for a simple quarter turn. Got that. Went back to the house. And then I turned off all the water. And I'm back there. And I'm getting, unfortunately, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Dude.
Getting into those
My shoulders don't work, in these tight, confined areas anymore. No. And again, stupid thing me, if you were to compare me body size and everything else to even 5 years ago, I'm a lot bigger now than I was 5 years ago. Not in a fat way.
Yeah, you're just broader.
I'm just I've been lifting weights, everything else, trying to eat right. And so now it's like trying to fit in those areas doesn't work. And dude, trying to bust off that valve and everything else because it was a compression fitting and all this other stuff. And I was like, all right. So as I'm starting to get working on it, and he comes down, and he's like, well, I was about ready to take a shower and realized I have no water. I was like, yep. Yeah. Like, how long is it going to probably be? And I'm like, it depends. I'm like, if that comes off easy, 5-10 minutes. If it doesn't, we might be here for a while.
Yeah. You can go without a shower for an hour.
I was like, actually, at this point in my life right now, it is not a good idea for you to come around. I was like, I was not having it.
No.
And so it was just one of those things where I was just like, seriously?
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a no joke.
Plug and play.
It is literally plug and play.
Yeah.
You take off the hose that goes to the tank, you put it on the adapter, which then goes back to the tank and then to the bidet system and everything else.
Yeah.
And then you mount that to the top bowl and you're done.
Yeah.
It is a 5-minute project.
Yeah. 10
minutes at max. And that's if you're watching, freaking movies while you're doing it on your iPhone.
Yeah.
No, it turned into a 2 to 3 hour ordeal with cleanup and everything else.
Good old home improvements. It's a good one-day project that turned the best 2 years of your life.
Oh, no joke.
So
it's kind of funny because there was a Dude Dad episode. I don't know if you guys ever watched Dude Dad. It's really super funny on YouTube.
Yeah.
But he's up on a ladder, and he's about to put like some of this, some molding and stuff like that up on the ceiling in the vaulted area of his house. And he looks down at his son. And he's like, "Hey, son, give me the nail gun." And it's his son. And he gives it to him. And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And the camera switches, and he's there. And he's actually putting the molding up and everything else. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. All right." And he turns and says, "Hey, thanks," and gives it back to the same son. Except now it's like 3 years later, and his son is standing there. It's like, "Hey, okay, Dad." And he's like, "Huh, what?"
Yeah.
I haven't been working on this that long.
Yeah.
But that's like the constant joke where it's like, it always takes like 10 times longer.
Takes way longer.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
last Liam's facts.
Liam's facts now. Okay. Last Liam's facts was, who is the name of the lead investigator of the Ghost Adventures? It is Zach Bagans.
Yep.
Zach Bagans is the lead investigator of the Ghost Adventures. Now, this week, because school is starting for everybody, the airing of this episode, majority of the state of Utah will be back to school.
Yep.
What is the oldest known school still running in the world?
In the world.
It is a high school somewhere in the world that is the oldest running high school. And I'll give you a hint. It was established in 141 BCE.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is your hint, and that is your question for the week. One more time. What is the oldest known school still running?
And it's a high school.
It is a high school.
Wow.
Okay. Leave your answer in the comments down below or email us at TruTalkTuesdays@gmail.com, and we'll see if you're right. I guarantee you'll be wrong, but let's see. All right, moving on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TruMotion in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex it, wear it proud. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TruMotion merch shop is what it's all about.
Which sponsor? Not that one yet, unfortunately. But thank you to our actual sponsor. We're still waiting on the other sponsor.
I mean, sponsorships are cool. Sponsorships can help move product and help influence other people through the power of peer pressure and advertising.
Exactly.
Come on, monster.
That's right. God, I still love that scene from Wayne's World. And yes, it is the choice.
And yes, it is the choice of a new generation.
But moving on to our top 5. All right, so this week we got top 5 comedy school movies.
Okay.
Because I think we did school movies at the end of the school year. So it's like, let's change it up, but still do school themed. What do you got for your comedy school movies?
We will hit some honorable mentions.
Yes.
And again, one of these is kind of difficult for me for the honorable mentions, but it is a good movie. But it's because one of the actors in this movie I thought really looked like, my ex-wife before we started dating and then got married and everything else. And that is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. And if everybody's like, did your ex-wife? Julia Stiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And if you look at like a younger Julia Stiles and a younger Aaron, you're like, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar. Okay. The Girl Next Door.
Okay.
Which, awesome, funny comedy movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused is good. These are your honorable mentions?
These are honorable mentions. Yeah. Yep. And then Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go into the realm of like school comedy movies. Okay. Accepted.
Yep, that's a good one.
Mean Girls.
Oh, okay. Mean Girls.
Yes.
You'd make Maya very happy.
Like the first Mean Girls. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's freaking hilarious.
Fetch. She got the word fetch and
Fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch a thing.
yeah.
So, I'm throwing this one in there because guess what? It happens all during school. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Back to the Future
Okay.
is a good one.
And now we're going to get in my top 3.
Okay.
Coming in at number 3, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Some people be like, number 3, that's like number 1. I understand. I'm just different generation. It's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Super good. And honestly, nothing really is like, and this is what I love about it, is that it really hasn't been like, there hasn't been like a spin-off or like, oh
No.
yeah, it's similar to this and similar to that. Like it's very much like its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I really have to tip my hat to the 80s and the 90s for having a lot of that.
Yeah.
This 2000s and whatever we're doing in 2010 right or 2020 right now is just hot garbage. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Number 2.
Okay.
The show that taught all of us young men that with enough computing power and bras on our heads, we could make hot women come to life.
Weird Science.
Weird Science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
do we have to have bras on our heads?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one.
It's a good one. And number 1, because again, this is a shout out to my homeland. Okay. Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good
Preston, Idaho.
Those are good ones.
Yes.
I've got oh shoot, I just had another honorable mention that I was thinking of. Oh, hopefully it'll come back to me. But Monsters University for an honorable mention.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
Not Another Teen Movie.
So there were a whole bunch of those ones. That
Yeah.
I was like,
Chris Evans coming out in the whipped cream Speedo, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's a good one. I had Accepted as well. That's another good one. This one I put on here, I really thought it was a school movie. I may have put it in my top 5, but it was in the school movie listing. I just don't believe it is. And you can tell me what you think. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't think that's a school movie.
So he is dating a high schooler.
Yes. He is dating a high schooler.
I love that movie so much.
That's such a good movie.
It is so good.
Yes.
So good. Oh man.
Knives Chow.
Knives Chow. Is she going to geek out? Yeah, she has the capacity to geek.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
Oh, so I don't know if you watched, but they did, I think it was during COVID, they did an actual reading, a script reading with all of the characters from that show.
Really?
Yeah, and they all kind of get on there, like it was like this Zoom meeting. Like they're all just sitting there like reading lines, and Aubrey Plaza was there. Anna Kendrick was there. Like all of them were there.
Yeah.
And then Chris Evans pops in and he like reads his lines and everything else. He's like, I miss you guys. I love you guys. I gotta go. I've got something else that's going on. I can't be. It's like, we hate you, Chris.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. So
such a good movie.
it is such a good movie.
Yeah.
But do you know this girl? Oh, you mean Ramona Flowers?
Ramona Flowers. Yeah.
It is so good. Okay, sorry.
I also had Sydney White. Have you ever seen Sydney White?
No, I haven't seen Sydney
Okay,
White.
Sydney White. This is one you can watch with Cammie.
Okay.
It's a retelling of like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, okay.
But it's Sydney White instead of Snow White. Okay, so Sydney White is played by Amanda Bynes before she went crazy.
Sydney Sweeney.
No, Sydney White is played by Amanda Bynes before she kind of went crazy.
Poor girl.
Okay, and she's this like kid that goes off to college, and she's not accepted by her sorority she pledges that her mom went to, and her mom passes before the movie starts, like blah blah blah. So she goes to this abandoned house with, instead of 7 dwarves, there's 7 dorks, and they're kind of like social outcasts, and they have all like sleepy, grumpy, all those types of characters are in there. It's great. And awesome. Well, without giving too much away, you should watch it. It's good.
Okay,
it's good. American Pie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I still haven't seen American Pie.
Oh.
And it's kind of funny, like when you're just like, why have I not seen that? And the reason why I haven't seen that is because it came out while I was in Italy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's a funny movie.
Out of the country.
Stifler.
So,
yeah. Great.
Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like the 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah. Great movie. Okay, now my top 5.
Okay.
I've got 21 Jump Street.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in high school.
They're in high school. They're in high school.
My name's Jim.
My name's Jim. That's 22 Jump Street.
I know.
Yeah. My introduction to Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder.
Van Wilder.
Yes,
yep,
Van Wilder. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yep.
That's such a good movie with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
If you look at the cast that's in that movie,
dude, it is
loaded.
Yeah.
Absolutely loaded.
Oh, yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Love it, yeah.
Julia Stiles. You had Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
The blonde sister.
Yeah, but a whole bunch of
for a long time.
Bunch of great like supporting characters.
Oh yeah,
actors that are in a bunch of movies. It's a good movie. Sky High.
Okay, yep.
I freaking love Sky High. Yep. I don't even care. It's such a good movie.
That's the one with Tim Allen, right?
No, that's the one with Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, that's right.
Yes, the Tim Allen's. That's the like Zoom or something like that. Yeah, but Sky High, God, such a good movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie. And to round out my top 5, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
duh.
Napoleon, give me some of your tots.
So,
he kicks him. Gosh,
Bodaggett.
Freaking idiot. I remember going to see that movie in the theaters, and I chuckled a couple of times in the theaters, and I was like, okay, that was kind of weird, but whatever, it was all right. And then as I was driving home, I kept quoting it, and you're like, that movie was really funny.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And you don't realize how funny it is until you can't stop talking about it.
Well, and there were there were so many things. It was done like so low budget.
Oh yeah.
So like, I think they did that whole entire. I want to say they did the whole entire movie for less than like maybe $200,000. I mean, it was probably more than that.
Yeah.
But in today's terms,
it was very cheap.
Like even if they spent like $2 million making that movie, I think that's going to be a stretch.
Yeah.
But the the old man who's the egg farmer.
Oh yeah, nobody knows what he's saying.
And well, here's the thing: is that the guy who wrote it and produced it and everything else, like he could understand him.
Mm-hmm.
When he's sitting there and he's eating the egg sandwich and he's over there showing Arrowhead, the cameras were just rolling.
Yeah,
he just starts talking, and they're like,
"Yeah, they just
get this."
He wasn't supposed to be saying that.
They were just standing there,
like
just trying to get this on film, this on film.
Such a good movie.
Oh, dude,
I love the part where he goes up to the girl and he's like, "Are you drinking 2% because you think you're fat?
You're fat because you're not. You could be drinking whole.
You could drink whole milk if you wanted." And you're just like, what the hell? Or he's like, hey, you left all your crap on my porch.
I'm selling some boondoggles. Like,
Yeah, it's like
for
it-
college. Made like $1 million of those.
Your
Scout
mom goes to
camp.
college. God, such a good movie.
I love technology, but not as much as you used to. But still love technology.
God, I love that movie. La Fonda. And by the end of the movie, he's like walking around like he's a gangster. He's got a do-rag on. Hey, Napoleon, we're going to go catch some prime rib. Such a good movie. But let us know
It's
what
awesome.
your top 5 school comedies are and if we missed one. But moving on to our Ask a Sensei. All right, with school starting back up, let's test your modern school slang, a.k.a. talk rot, as I call it.
We're about to eat and leave no crumbs.
Yeah, it's...
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the best delay.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so... aura farming.
Aura farming. It's what you do in order to, basically gather as much aura as you can.
Oh, now what is aura?
Aura is the cool factor or the it factor for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid. God, every time I read these, I'm like, oh. Okay, cooked.
So, cooked
Cooked.
or
ED.
cook?
Cooked.
Okay.
ED.
Cooked ED means you're done.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Like
can't win.
It's over. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that term, cooked or cooking. Cooking. Cooking what, you retard?
Let them cook.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
Which, I mean, it's kind of funny because that's like a Breaking Bad reference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when they're cooking
Let
meth.
him cook.
Yeah. This one I really can't stand either. Sigma.
Smegma? I mean, Sigma.
Smegma. Yeah.
Every time someone's... Now, again, I'm not going to explain what that is on this show because Mark likes his channel.
Yeah.
And I like coming down here and doing this. But yeah, no. Like, every time I hear Sigma, that's the word I hear in my head is that.
Yeah. But what is it?
It is supposed to... Here's the funny thing. It's supposed to be like you are the apex, peak, everything else. The funny thing is that the program that we use at the county for measuring everybody's homes, gathering all the information and everything else, putting that in a database to then build models and everything else for valuation is called Sigma.
Sigma. Yeah, it's a self-reliant or confident person.
Yeah.
Just call that a man.
You just call that a person.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the joke goes. What do you call 2 black airline pilots?
A pilot, you're racist.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yep. What is delulu?
Means you're crazy.
Yeah, delusional.
You're stupid.
Yeah. This one, I don't even know why this is in this area, but nonchalant.
Huh?
Yeah, I use that term all the time.
That's old as friggin' dirt. That
But-
literally is, I mean, because that's exactly what the word means.
But that's not what the definition now means.
Oh, what does the definition now mean?
Acting super calm, like you don't care about anything.
That is what nonchalant means.
Yeah.
Just kind of like it's nonchalant. Just be like totally chill.
Whatever, man. It's like Shaggy from
Yes. Yeah.
like whatever, man.
Like whatever, man. He was always high.
8.
Oh, it means that you went and you like executed whatever it is that you were supposed to be doing and you killed it.
Yeah, amazing job.
Yep.
Clock it.
Trying to think if I remember hearing what that one is in context. I have no idea.
It's notice, call out, or pay attention to a fact or piece of gossip.
Okay.
Yeah. Crash out.
This is exactly what a lot of kids do when they don't get their way.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Freak
whining
out.
Freaking pups.
Yeah, we use freak out.
Yeah.
But crash out is apparently the new term.
Oh my gosh.
Glazing. Again.
Not exactly what I mean, the face?
It's overpraising or hyping someone up too much.
The glazing I was thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a semi-family friendly show. Lock in. I don't even think that's a new term.
I don't think that is a term because, I mean, you use that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that's just to get like hyper focused about what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brain rot. This. Yeah.
Yeah.
These terms.
I mean, it's anything that causes you to lose brain cells, which is
these terms. Skibbity. More brain rot. They should have just put that right after brain rot.
Talk about like a word. There's a couple words like in this new vernacular that like literally send me to the moon and I want to kill somebody.
Yeah, skibbity is
one of them.
Yeah. A goofy random word used for anything cool or absurd.
Yep.
Cool or absurd are like oxymorons.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense.
Well, especially when they say skibbity toilet.
Oh, yeah. Or Skibbity Ohio, because apparently Ohio is cringe.
Yeah, Ohio is cringe.
And then cringe.
Cringe
itself.
Yeah.
This one I've never understood. 6'7". Yeah, I banned that here in the dojo. They have to do push-ups if they say it.
No, so apparently it came from like a rap song. That's what the word on the street is. And I'm like, okay, like what's the rap song? And you listen to it, and you're like, that's okay. Maybe you should actually figure out what real numbers are, and I'll just start talking about the 369.
Yeah. Ain't she fine?
Yep.
Exactly. Those are the numbers you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Last one, unk.
Isn't that short for like uncle or
that would be us?
Yeah.
Old people with knowledge.
Old people, yeah.
So you're welcome, people.
Which is funny because that's an adaptation from like pidgin, you know, like over in Hawaii, you know, Polynesians, you know, everybody who's like close to the family but they're not family. They're all, you know, if it's a woman, they're all aunties.
Yeah.
You know, and if they're not, they're uncles.
Yep. No, that makes a lot of sense.
And so, yeah.
But let us know if you recognized any of those slang terms and which one can you not stand? Because clearly we have some that we don't like. I don't like Sigma. That one,
yeah.
That one drives me nuts. I was like,
well, and then you missed left no crumbs. Cooked and left no crumbs.
Yeah.
Or no, not cooked. You ate and left no crumbs.
Yeah. We could go into a whole bunch of like combining and like bet.
Oh yeah.
Fire, facts, on God. Yeah.
Dude.
I know we had weird terms when we were growing up too. Every generation does, but I do not understand. And we could even do Philly slang because,
well, and if it's like, I don't know. I think I understand that there's slang in everything that exists. There's a slang. You know, there's a certain vernacular that's used, you know, within every type of like, even like accounting, law, whatever. You know, you've got little things like, even we did, you know, we had ponga ponga.
Yeah.
You know, and
means someone's getting a beating.
Yeah, and it's generally someone's getting a beating because
they're an idiot.
You're an idiot or the person running the workout
doesn't like you.
Yeah. And that's really kind of what I think it really came down to.
Yep.
But oh yeah. Yeah.
But moving on to our next question. All right, question number 2. What do you got for us?
Okay, so with school going back, getting back in session, what things have you seen from like when you were going to school that were normal that now are not, and like vice versa?
Okay. That were normal. Huh. Well, I think obviously fashion always changes. So I'm not going to really kind of go that route. But obviously we came from a generation of like, we had books. I don't even know
Yeah.
if most kids nowadays have school books, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because I think everything's done online.
Well, not only that, with like books, why would you need a locker then?
Yeah.
Except for like hold a coat,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like you would kind of plan out your day
Because you couldn't fit everything in your backpack.
because you can't fit all of the books for all 6-7
Yeah.
classes that you've got in your, curriculum and stuff that day. So you'd have to be like, okay, I'll take books 1 through 3 or 1 through 4.
When you were
before
in high
lunch.
school, did you do block scheduling or did you have like you said, 6 or 7 classes every day?
So yeah, so I grew up in Idle Falls.
Because I had 6 or 7 classes every day.
Yes.
I
So
didn't
we
have
didn't
this.
do this A-Day, B-Day.
No, I never
So-
had that.
In the school district I grew up in was
Uh-huh.
District 91 in Bonneville County in Idaho, so Idle Falls. So basically, District 91 was all of Idle Falls, and then there was District 93,
Uh-huh.
which was Ammon and all of the outlying areas, there to the east. So District 91 in junior high and junior elementary school and junior high did everything on like a semester-based program.
Yeah.
In high school, things switched to a trimester program. So your whole entire school year was broken up into 3,
Okay.
which makes sense because school's 9 months long.
Yeah.
Each section's 3 months, instead of doing like, okay, well, we got 4.5 months here, 4.5 months here. That's your semester, and then you've got
We did quarters.
Oh, you did quarters?
Yeah.
So, divide the whole thing back up into 4, which is, again, same thing.
Mhm.
Like we had the semester, and then you'd have like the midterm of the semester. So that was like end of first quarter and everything else. But we did, 1 class every single, like if you had math, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
If you had history, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
None of this like you'd have Monday, Wednesday on week 1. And then week 2 would roll around, and then you'd have that Tuesday, Thursday on the next week, A-Day, B-Day.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of that.
Yeah, no, ours was, we got early out on Friday. We got out at like 1 on Fridays. So there was like a couple of afternoon classes we didn't get on Friday. But Monday through Thursday, again, same thing. If you had math your first period, you had math every day that week.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's the other thing. Early out. What the
yeah.
hell is that?
Yeah.
I never had back in my day, growing up, never had early out.
Well, not only that, but like our early out was like you didn't get your last class or something like that. That was how we had it
Oh, okay.
at our school. So when I hear like with the kids nowadays, when they say early out, it's like 11 noon that they're leaving school.
Yeah.
And that brings up another thing is the amount of like quote unquote work days for the teachers that kids don't have to go to school. That's way different.
Well, here's the crazy thing, again, being married to Cammie.
And we talked about this at the retreat
Yeah.
about how, and I've told her, I go, Tony and I have talked about this and I want to talk to a teacher's perspective. I go, I'm very torn between teachers getting overpaid and underpaid. On one hand, I think they're severely underpaid.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, I think a majority of teachers are severely overpaid, where they have 3 months off every year.
Mm-hmm.
They have every major weekend, holiday. They don't work nights. I mean, they've got one of the easiest schedules I'm not saying jobs, schedules you could possibly ever want. And a lot of the teachers honestly don't do a very good job. Now, Cammie, I was talking to her. She's an awesome teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. She's phenomenal.
She's literally been like at her room, which she's not even supposed to be there this week. But she's been there all of this week.
She was telling me that she's already been in her classroom and she's trying to reorganize lesson plans. And we were talking about, I don't know what needs to happen, but something needs to happen with like how we teach in schools nowadays. Yeah. And as we were talking, I was like, those are some great ideas. And she goes, yeah, I kind of already do that. And I was like, that's a really good idea. Like, because she teaches younger kids, it's like after every class, they need to get up and run around and move.
Yep.
And she goes, yeah, I have to remind myself, because she's like, I'm standing and moving all the time.
Right.
They're not. And they need to move.
Yeah.
Especially the boys.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah. Like, because we know it here in our classes. If they sit around a lot, that's when most of the problems happen.
Oh, dude.
Because they're touching each other. They're pushing. They're finding something to keep them occupied. But if they're constantly moving, no issues happen. No. So it's like, one, they need more physical activity.
Yeah.
Okay. So like have classes, instead of being an hour, have them be 50 minutes, have them run around for 10 minutes, then go to the next one.
Right.
And that brings up the second point of what we were just talking about with high school kids. They have block scheduling. Well, why don't they have that for younger kids? How much information like, let's talk us. At one point, we were like, that's too much information.
Yeah.
Now let's do that when you're 9 or 10. How much information do you feel like these kids can retain in 6 hours?
So again, to kind of follow up on that, and this is why I see. So if we're going to like kind of sit on the debate side, I don't agree with the block schedule. And the reason why I don't agree with the block schedule is because, and again, I think a lot of it was what works best for me. And I understand that. And I'm going to throw that out there. If I were to come in and want to learn a subject, a new form, technique, whatever, the best way for me to learn that is to come in and instead of taking a class on it for an hour and 45 minutes, I'm going to come in for 45 minutes every single day and be like, okay, great. We're going to work on just this much of it. Congratulations. Come back tomorrow.
I almost personally think that they need to teach one subject. That's it. A day.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
A day.
I see what you're doing.
Be like, hey, today and have school half the time.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of school being 6 hours, it's 3.
Okay.
Okay. And Monday, all you do is math. That's it.
Oh, that'd be a long ass day.
But you would get a lot of repetition and you would get a lot of experience and you would get a lot more one-on-one time with the instructor and teacher. Then Tuesday, all it is history. Wednesday, all it is science. Thursday, all it is blah, blah, blah. And then have it to where there's that physical component to it as well.
Right.
And again, this is where teachers and, us would need to learn how to revise how we teach to where it's interactive.
Yeah.
Okay. Because think about it when you were a kid too. I guarantee you remember most of your biology labs where you dissected things.
Yeah.
You remember most of your science projects when you had science experiments because you were physically interacting and doing things while learning.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a way that you can teach through not only classroom, like lecturing, but then like, hey, we're going to come out and we're going to put this in actual applications.
Right.
Be like, hey, we're working on fractions. Let's pull out a tape measure. I need you to measure a board that's like 7 3/4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to find it. And then it's like, all right, hey, that's good. Be like, all right, now from that point, you have to make the board 10 inches long. How do you do that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like there's got to be a way that there can be some physical learning along with like sitting and lecturing learning.
I think there's certain subjects that work really, really well with that. And I think they're basically any of your hard sciences, math, science, chemistry, that type of stuff, where you can be like, all right, cool. Like, because again, one of my biggest annoyances was when people would say like, especially on like a math theorem or something like that. Why would I ever have to know this? Why would I ever have to know this theorem? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'll never have it. Again, in my day, I'll never like, I could always have a calculator with me. Why do I have to do it like on paper? It's like, okay. Yes, you have like a phone that is right here with you that is now connected to, AI, machines and everything else that'll be able to crank things out and tell you what's going on. But again, like we were talking about earlier today, with cooking, okay, cool. You've got 34 people. Okay. Roughly about 6 ounces of meat per person, per serving. So, okay, 34 people at 6 ounces per meat is going to be how much? Okay. So you've got like, well, that's 192 ounces. Okay. Well, how many pounds is that?
Yeah.
Well, now you got to start dividing. It's like, well, it's like 190. It's like, okay, well, if you can't do that in your head and figure out that you're like, oh, okay, well, that's like, 12 pounds and change or something like that.
Yeah.
13 pounds maybe. Okay, cool. Well, if you can't do that in your head, get out a piece of paper. Can you write it down and try to do it? Oh, you can't because you're so reliant on like, well, I know how to type in the numbers on the calculator. It's like, okay, that's where I'm thinking like for the practical application, you could have like, speed drills and stuff like that where you can do competitions or just be like, yeah, like, like the whole entire measuring thing, be like, all right, cool. Like you're a carpenter, and actually have tape measures in the room
and conversions and measuring cups. And
it's like, okay, cool. Like you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. Like, how many?
If you poured 1.5 cups, how many ounces is that?
Right. Right.
And not only that, but it's like, that's stuff you will use
for the rest of your life
outside of school.
Yeah.
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 And it's like the hard like sciences are like you said, like your math, science, stuff like that. Very easy to do like physical stuff. The other stuff, you would have to use a little bit of theatrics with it.
Yeah.
Like you would have to kind of act out history. Kind of. Okay.
Sag you then?
Yes. It's like Bill and Ted. Come on now. They went back and got historical figures from history.
We are
dust in the wind. Yes. But here's the funny thing. If you watch that movie, you remember that from Socrates. Socrates. So I think things that are similar or different is unfortunately the similarities is the approach to teaching is the same.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for 100 years.
Well,
it's actually been that way for longer.
Oh, longer.
Yeah.
Longer since what is it, 100 something BC?
141 BCE.
141 BCE.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing is that even though like technology has changed from like when I was going to school to today,
huge. You had your own classroom, computer classroom,
right,
for strictly computer classes.
Yep.
Now, when our parents went to school, it was typing on a typewriter.
Yep.
For us, it was typing
keyboarding
on a computer.
Yep.
So, I mean, those were similar, just different ways of it transferring.
Well, and here's like my senior year, we had to do your senior thesis. And then we had to go type that up on the computers in this room, again, in our high school, that had black and green screens.
Yeah.
It wasn't color. No. Black and green. Was there word on there? No. You just typed, and then it was like, okay, it's like, I spelled that wrong. Yeah, you did, because you're an idiot.
Yeah. There's no spell check.
There was no spell check. There's no Grammarly. There's no nothing. But here's the thing: is that like our technology has changed so radically, but the way we teach hasn't.
No.
And it's funny because, again, even talking with Cammie, and this is one thing that I find obscenely frustrating, to the point where it's like, it is a damn good thing that I'm not a teacher.
Yeah.
Because I'd be at the district every single day. I'd lose my job.
Yeah.
I would only be hired for like maybe a week, and then people be like, oh my gosh, this Davis kid.
I'd probably be fired for sure.
Because last year was her first year teaching fourth grade DEEP, which, for those of you guys who don't know, DEEP is a program for higher achieving students and stuff like that. So if kids test really high, they get put in this advanced and accelerated course. Okay. So she was getting all of the materials and stuff that she needed to teach this, program in fourth grade, because she moved from second to fourth. Still, halfway through the year, she was missing materials to teach the curriculum.
Yeah.
Materials that needed to be provided by the district.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I had to buy books. I'm like, what? Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold the door.
Yeah, teachers should not have to buy or provide anything for their classroom. It needs to be provided.
Yeah. And she's like, well, we do get like some money to buy supplies and materials and stuff for our classroom. I'm like, what are these materials and supplies that you're buying for the classroom? And she's like Kleenexes and paper towels and stuff like that to clean the rooms. And I'm like, okay, so back when I was a kid, probably the same for you.
Yeah, you had a list of things
You had a
to
list
buy.
of things every single year.
Yep.
It would come out and be like, hey, these are what you need to get for your student to be successful in first grade, second grade, third grade. And it would all be different according to what that teacher was going to use those things for throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And like, no joke, when I was a kid, that was the most exciting time.
Yeah, let's go school shopping.
To go school shopping. And you get all your stuff and everything else. And
Get to pick out your Trapper Keeper.
dude, the Trapper Keeper.
Light just went back on.
Because we talk about Trapper Keepers. Trapper Keepers
Yeah.
is boss. And like you'd get a new backpack. It was awesome. Loved it. And she was like, oh, no, we can't do that anymore. It's like, what do you mean you can't do that anymore? She says, we can give a list of things that if people can afford that and everything else, that they can then purchase for the student, for their student and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they cannot, that the school will provide that for them. I was like, excuse me? And she's like, yeah. She's like, and I get $200 to do that.
See, and this is
I was like, $200?
This is where I get frustrated with, like, there's some teachers that do not get paid enough, and then there are some teachers that get grossly overpaid. And I think, unfortunately, majority of the funds go to the district and the people in charge that are not every day in the classrooms.
Yeah.
And it needs to be flipped. It's like the people that are like hands-on, boots on the ground, so to speak, in classrooms need to get paid more than the administrators.
Yeah.
Or just as much. Or the administrators need to come down a little bit and the teachers need to go up, because I'm not saying administrators don't have a hard job.
They don't.
They don't.
I'm sorry.
They manage what goes on.
Okay, now hold on. It depends on what we're talking about by way of administrators.
Let's talk district level.
Okay.
District level, they kind of oversee, but they make decisions. It's like politicians.
Yeah.
So they're like making decisions for the common person, and
They're making decisions for the teachers without having stepped foot in a classroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then principals, I think principals get overpaid too.
I used to think that.
But I remember us talking about this, and it's like, it's not hard work. And they can be like, hey, vice principal, it's your turn. Next event's my turn. They can rotate it off.
Well, no, but that's the thing, is that if they do rotate it off, they don't get paid for that, for the rotation.
So it's their choice to stay.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, bottom line, when you're looking at it by way of a line item budget, like that money's going to get paid out because if you've got an event there, someone's got to be there.
Yeah.
So whether it's the principal or the vice principal, doesn't matter.
Or a
You gotta be
teacher. Yeah. Like I get it.
there. Yeah. And so,
But, yeah, district level, like they have too many assistants, they have too many admins. It's too much. It's bloated up too much.
well, here's the crazy thing. So I saw there's a great chart on the stats of, where like everything's going by way of enrollment and numbers and stuff like that. Over the past 20 years, student enrollment has only increased by 5%.
A lot of people are going to like charter schools.
Well, that's even including charter schools and everything else. Like total student enrollment has only gone up 5%.
Interesting.
Okay.
I thought it would have gone up more.
Right. Teachers. What would you guess the number of teacher increase there was?
You would hope 5%.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
It's 10.
So they have twice as many teachers.
So twice as many teachers for the new enrollment, like when you're comparing it to new enrollments, where you're kind of looking at it like, okay, cool, like a single teacher for 32 kids. I mean, if you took all the classes and like whittled that down to like 25 kids, it's like, okay, it would only take 6 classes to do that, and then you need a new teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's there, and that means that there's no new students. That's just we're redistributing and lowering class sizes. Okay, I get that. Vice principals and principals, because again, in the schools that I went to, there was one principal.
That's it.
And one vice principal, and that's it.
I never had a vice principal ever.
No,
it was just a principal.
Just the principal.
Yeah,
just one.
Just one.
Okay. And the schools in Idaho are not huge.
I went to very small schools.
Yeah, but like I mean, here in Utah, like
we have giant schools.
Our schools are massive.
Yeah.
Like I think at my son's junior high is larger than my high school that I grew up in.
Yeah. My high school is tiny.
I mean, I think they've got like 1,500 kids at my son's junior high, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that was like a little bit bigger than my high school.
Yeah.
So, okay, but now like you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, so there's like a head main principal and like 2 assistant principals or 3 assistant principals for a student body of 15,000. I'm kind of okay with that if the and again, a lot of principals do their job like we talked about.
Yeah.
There's some that are bad, there's some that are good.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the good ones.
Yeah, it's just that's the way with everything.
Yeah.
You'll have good ones and bad ones.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants to talk about the planes that land all the time. They'll talk about the accidents. So I'm going to talk about the planes that land.
Yeah.
Good principals, because what they're supposed to do is supposed to support the teachers. When the teachers have unruly students and everything else, the principal and the assistant principal staff, in my opinion, are to step in to support the teacher so that they can remove that student, whatever, so they can keep teaching the rest of the 30 kids that are there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do that. But then you get into like the high school size here. I mean, like if my kid's junior high is like 1,500 kids, and there are 3 junior highs that feed into Farmington High School.
Oh yeah, it's like 5,000-6,000.
5,000 to 6,000 kids that are there, and they have like a principal and like a few other people that are there, and you're just like, oh,
yeah.
So you're basically running a massive organization at that point, by way of business. Like, I mean, just talking about sheer business, it's like, okay, how much would you get paid to run an organization like that does all of this other stuff? That it's like, okay, when you start looking at it by way of business, that's fair.
High school wise, I think it does need to vary on the size of the school for sure for the administrators.
Yeah. Well, and it does.
Yeah.
Like if you were a principal of an elementary school,
it's different than a high school.
Oh, dude, it's like factors different.
Yeah.
Like it's like 2 to 3 times. Like you're getting paid 2 to 3 times less.
Yeah.
Because again, what do you do?
You're doing 2 to 3 times less.
You're doing 2 to 3 times less.
Yeah.
No, 4 times less.
Yeah.
Once you start looking at like all the extracurriculars.
No, and Cammie and I talked about this where it was like there needs to be a way besides standardized testing to measure the comprehension of students and have the teacher, I don't want to say teachers' pay reflect it, but like good teachers get paid more.
Yeah.
If you're not doing a good job, you don't get paid more.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. It's
Well, and that is super hard to quantify that.
exactly.
with-
I know, and that's the problem. And that's like because without testing, how do you measure it?
Yeah.
But
Well-
yet some people only teach
to the test.
to the test and not are you learning?
Right. Oh yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have the answer, and I wish I did, but how do you measure comprehension without administering some sort of test?
Well, and not only that, but then you've got, to add layer of complexity on top of layer of complexity is that you then have, like the parents, and the parents will come in and be like, my little Johnny, my little Susie,
Yeah, the
sweetheart or
parents need
whatever.
to be a little bit more compliant with the teachers,
Well, yeah,
not defy the teachers.
and they've got an excuse for every little thing that's out there. Don't get me wrong. If your kid has a problem with something and we need to kind of help him out, again, he's riding the tism somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, which tism do you have? Do you
Yeah.
have dinosaur tism? Do you have train tism? Do you have cloud tism? Or do you have expensive cardboard tism?
Yeah,
I've got buddies who have the expensive cardboard tism, and they've
It's
sucked me
magic.
into it. It's magic.
magic.
Okay. But, it's like, okay, like, then we need to make sure that we can give you the tools so that you can succeed. I understand
Yeah.
that. But again, then you've got the child factor
Yeah,
where the child's just like, I don't give a crap about history. And if I get an F in it, who freaking
don't care.
cares?
yeah.
Because I'm going to be a mechanic and I don't need to worry about like what war happened in 1812 and who won.
And it's funny because we talked about that too. When I was in school, I didn't really care too much about history. But now that I've gotten older, I freaking love history.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. But
Yeah.
as a kid, freaking lame. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Well, and I think it's a lot of how
It's probably it was taught. Yeah.
Because if you're sitting there and you're just like, okay, this is history, and we have to sit here and just memorize dates, times, places, who was there, it's like,
Yeah, that's
I
boring.
hate memorization. Like memorizing stuff is like the stupidest thing to me.
Yeah.
Because I have a really hard time doing it.
Yeah.
It is really, really hard for me to like memorize stuff and get it locked in my brain. Even like martial arts stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and again, you've been teaching me patient as hell. Even while I was running my own studio, I don't know how many times like we would go do something and be like, okay. And I'd work on it. How did this go? It's freaking like a iron vault, like opened up. This is how it goes. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? Like, I have too much crap in my
That's
head.
my tism, I guess.
It's yeah.
And I'm very scared of losing my memory.
Yeah.
So I really try to work on it.
Well, yeah. And again, some people, again, are really good at So those classes that required me to memorize crap
It's not fun.
was not fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's again why I had a hard time with English, is because there's so many different little rules
Yeah.
that you have to memorize. This one little rule for this one specific case that, it's like, oh my gosh. Like, whereas, like in math, it was like the rules just piled onto themselves.
They stack.
It's like, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, okay, well, how many ones are there? There's 2. Okay, so 2 times 1 = what? Oh, that's how times works? Yeah, it's just it's like an extension of, addition. Well, that's awesome.
yeah.
It's like, okay, then 2 squared is what? Well, I don't know. Like, okay, so you got 2 times 2, which is 4, right? 4 times 4, which is the square of that. Oh, so it's just, again, multiplication on top of itself, which is, again, addition on top of itself. Oh, that's totally fine. That type of stuff made sense to me.
Yeah.
But again, kind of looking at it, and being like, how would we capture that for the students that like I like math, I like science, I like history, I like English. Okay, now we're going to take those students and throw them into like the whole entire class to, take a test or do whatever to show competency to see if the teacher is doing their job right. Oh my gosh, how hard is that?
Yeah.
It's
It's not going to be easy, and the hard, I think probably one of the more difficult challenges that will be faced with that is accepting something new. Because we're so
100%.
ingrained in, well, this is the way it's always been done, that any sort of new suggestion will be very...
To add on top of that, I think also we have seen a lot of programs and stuff like that come out that have been educationally detrimental to the students.
Yes.
And we're just like, you're like,
Now you're leery of something new.
right. Like, not to get political, but this is a great example. You know, the medical community right now,
Yeah.
where, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you had COVID. Well, now you're coming out and like actually showing documentation and everything else that something else was going on behind the scenes. You just lost credibility.
Yeah.
You know, whether you want it to or not, whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, the medical community has lost credibility due to COVID.
Yeah.
100%. So now you've got people that are up in like upper administration, you know, whatever, that are like, we're going to come out with this new educational platform. It's like, dude, the last one you came out with was a complete and freaking joke. You knew it was. That's why you canceled it. Like, do you remember like how they were trying to teach new math during the middle of
the
COVID?
Common Core.
And you're just like, this is a joke.
Yeah, I couldn't stand Common Core.
Like, this is why other countries are better than us at math.
Yeah.
Is because you're trying to like, I don't know who like brought up this bull crap.
And they're like, well, that's how your brain processes it out. And it's like, yeah,
apparently
I get that.
not.
But
Because everybody's
like,
having a problem with it.
but don't like, you have to draw these boxes and whatever. It's all right. But we have to move on. Let's move on to our next question. All right. This is very similar to the one that you just asked, but instead of, it's what are some difficulties that kids nowadays are having to deal with that we did not have to deal with?
Oh, simple. That's simple. Phones. You know, that constant dopamine hit that they're getting from like social media and everything else.
Yeah.
You see, you know, people post this it comes up on my feed every once in a while, where you see old videos, you know, someone walking through the halls with a camcorder.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's face, like, I hate to say this, but their faces are different. Like,
Yeah.
when you look at them, there's a happiness and...
Well, they're interacting with people.
Yes.
Instead of virtually interacting with people.
Yeah. And living on their phones.
Yeah. They're not just doing this.
Yeah.
Or you see a cluster of people sitting together on their phones.
Yeah.
Or, you know, when we were in school, you saw a cluster of people together laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And telling jokes and, you know, whatever. But they were interacting with each other socially.
Well, and that, I don't know about you, but like when I was in high school, we had the senior wall. And the senior wall was where all the seniors hung out.
Yeah.
And like we would be all like sitting there like leaning up against the wall. And of course, you know, teachers would come by and be like, holding that wall up. And we're like, yep, yeah, we are. That's right, Coach Berger. Okay, you know. So, you know, good fun times.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, we would get to school so we could talk to our friends.
Yeah.
We would get to school and hang out with like, you would go to lunch with your friends so you could sit there and talk to them and everything else and hang out with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, again, hide the names to protect the innocent. But, you know, Ashlyn had her friends over. And while they were there, she had like this one friend, and it was just like the immaturity of it was just so annoying to me. I had to like leave the room. But it was like, I'm going to like, you know, take all these funny photos and my face and everything else, and then I'm going to post it on Snapchat and everything else and send these snaps to all these other friends. And it's like, dude, like, you're here with somebody.
Yeah.
And you're so focused on your damn phone that if you weren't here with Ashlyn at her house, you could do the exact same thing that you're doing right now at home.
Yeah.
You know, as much as, you know, this is going to make me sound like old man sitting on my porch yelling to get off my lawn. I think one of the best things to do would be to take like an Israeli cell phone jammer and stick them in every single school. You know, like the instant you get there, your phone is like dead. You know, it's like, oh, like I can't text. No. What if my mom needs to call me?
Just call the office.
She can call the office and we can find you.
See, Shannon and I have had
You know?
many discussions about that. I'm like, I don't think kids should have cell phones in their school.
Period.
In school. And she goes, well, I'm paying for it. I need to get a hold of them. I'm like, you can call the office.
Yep. No, I'm 100% with you on that. Like, well, what if I need to get hold of my child? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry for the language, but I mean,
they're at
like,
school.
are you serious?
They're at
Are you
school.
serious? Pull your head out of your ass for a second.
Yeah.
And it might be just because, like, I'm a different generation, you know, where it was like, you know, where actual, like, child abduction was a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where, like, you had news organizations that were coming out being like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah.
Like there was an ad.
Yeah.
Like, there were parents that were like, they're alive somewhere. They'll come home. You know, that's how it was. You know, you going to go out play with your friends? Okay. You know,
Just be home before the
lights turn on.
Yeah, before the street lights turn
It's
on.
like, well, I want to get a drink. Hoses outside.
Yeah.
You know, like, and again, there's nothing like hose water in the middle of summertime, and you got to let it run for a little bit.
Yeah,
because
to
the
get
hose
it
gets
cool.
hot. Because ain't nothing tastes worse than like warm hose water.
Oh yeah, warm hose water is just a stage up above sewer water.
But okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's something about cold, crisp hose water.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Nothing that like refreshes you as a kid. I mean, you'd be out there like we'd play like capture the flag. We'd like touch football, whatever. Because we were in we did baseball. And there's this thing. It's funny now. I find it comical, but we called it the hot box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we played high. I played hot box.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's not hot box like we not do now, but you have basically two bases, and you throw the ball back and forth, and you have one person who's running back and forth between the bases and try to get them out.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, fun drill to kind of like anyway. But like you do that, you're outside. It's like 90, 80 degrees. You know, you're just, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But again, like you think about that. And parents today, it's like you're the wussiest generation of parents that I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
you need to pull your heads out of your ass. You need to teach your kids how to be freaking competent.
it's interesting because the parents that are doing that were not raised like that. So they're almost taking the exact opposite approach because it's like maybe they didn't like being raised like that. So I'm not going to treat my kids like that. And it's like you're doing them a disservice by not raising them like you were raised because you turned out to be a decent person.
Yeah.
Now you're robbing your kids of that opportunity to go through the experiences that you went through that helped shape who you are.
Right.
Because, you know, a lot of times, I mean, we all struggle with this as parents where it's like we try to shield our kids from discomfort and pain.
So funny. So I talked about Ashlyn's volleyball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how, you know, like right after that, she was devastated.
Yeah.
Of course, Cammie goes right into fix-it mode.
Yeah. No,
You know?
just let her sit with it for a while.
And like Cammie and I talked about that afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I did. I went straight into fix-it mode. I said, that's fine.
It's okay.
I said,
It's natural.
that is a natural thing. Like, you love your daughter.
Yeah.
You're her mom. And that's a mom thing to do.
Yeah.
Is to go right into fix-it mode and like, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to put this together for you.
Yeah.
I said, however, that does nothing for her.
No, that doesn't help her improve.
No. And it's the same thing. So Ashlyn works for her dad, for Cammie's dad, her grandpa. And I don't know how many times she would come and ask Cammie, like, what do I do here? What do I do? I can't get this to work. Da.
Go figure it out.
And my response would have been, go figure it out. I don't know how. Then you need to talk to your boss.
Yeah. Talk to grandpa.
Well, I don't want him to be angry. It's like, he's your boss.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny because last night, you know, he was just down, like kind of telling us like, hey, I'm heading over to Wendover for the weekend, so you won't see me. So, you know, whatever. He says, oh, by the way, you know, he was like, it was in passing.
Yeah.
He was telling Cammie, could you tell Ashlyn that when she goes and does the thing that she also needs to make sure she chops the weeds down where all of the lawnmowers that need to be worked on are at because they're getting kind of tall. you know, and then all of a sudden gave like all this other list of stuff. And I just stood there for a second and was like, why are you telling her?
Yeah,
this like that went in my mind.
Tell Ashlyn. And
then finally Cammy's like, she's like, okay, dad, tell Ashlyn. I'm not going to remember all that.
Yeah.
It's not my job.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, exactly. Like, those are the things. And is it hard and difficult as a parent to watch your child struggle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
It's okay,
but
though.
Guess what? If they don't struggle, they're not going to learn competency.
Yep.
They're not going to learn how to be their own individual.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think I've gone a little bit too much with my kids because now Landon thinks like I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I gotta bring those reins back in.
Not yet.
Because I mean, like in the very beginning, like I taught him, I was like, you know, if you want something of your own, go out and earn money and do it. And it wasn't like, oh, can I do chores around the house and get money from mom and dad? I was like, that's not the same as like, so he set up his own little like popsicle stand type thing and had, I mean, at the time it was again, perfect opportunity for it. Had a whole bunch of kids in the neighborhood that would buy stuff from him, you know, and then he would take that money. Toys R Us was still a thing. We'd go to Toys R Us and he'd be able to buy a toy with the money he just made.
Yeah.
There's nothing more reinforcing about the fact that like, oh, I spent all day in the hot sun selling these little like Otter Pop things for $0.25, you know, so I could go buy something for $10.
Yeah.
$20. You know, then he started like really getting into it. There was this construction project that was going on in the neighborhood behind us. One day he sold like $75 worth of like Otter Pops, you know, and I'm like, how did you like? And we had like 4 bags in the freezer. Well, no, we had no more bags in the freezer because he sold every single one of them to all of the construction guys, you know. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how did you? We didn't even have $75 worth like at $0.25 each. You know, and he's like, and that's when Aaron said, you need to talk to your son. I was like, well, what did you do? And she says, tell him how much he's charging for those little Otter Pop things. I'm like, how much are you charging? It's like $1. It's like, why? Okay, whoa. You were charging 25 cents. Now you're charging $1. It's like a 3x, like a 4x increase.
Supply and demand, buddy.
What's going on? No, it wasn't even that. It was the best marketing thing that I've ever heard come out of anybody's mouth. He just looked at me and says, duh, Dad. They sell better.
Yeah, because everybody has $1.
Everybody has $1.
Yeah, not everybody has 25 cents.
25 cents to find $0.25 to come up and buy stuff from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
Yeah, he's going somewhere.
So, but anyway, like again, thinking about stuff that was like, I think kids today, they have parents that hover over them way too much.
Yeah.
They have, and here's the crazy thing. You've got parents that hover. I need to get a hold of my kid at any given point in time, but then you're going to ignore your kid all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay.
It's craziness. But we have to move on to our next question. All right, what's the last question?
Last question. Since we're school themed and everything else, what was your favorite subject? And what subject did you wish you could take and get really, really good at? Because I've got,
unfortunately, my school didn't offer very much outside of like your core classes.
Oh, okay.
So like we didn't have wood shop, we didn't have automotive shop, we didn't have like psychology classes or anything like that.
Right.
It was literally basically your core classes. So, I don't know. I guess my favorite subject, obviously PE.
Yeah.
Because I just loved running around. So PE was probably my favorite. My least favorite, or the one I wish I could take again and get better at. Oh, probably be. Maybe like your math and science a little bit, because I don't think I'm bad at math or science.
Right.
But I think it'd be funner to have a broader knowledge of it.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But again, I didn't really have those like elective classes. Like our version of electives were like a language or choir,
Oh, okay.
you know. So health class was sort of fun. My teachers sucked at it, but like health classes that'd probably be a good one to retake again and get better
Right.
at. And biology, my biology teacher was pretty good. He just taught with notes. He'd put up a note on the projector
Yeah.
and everybody would just write them down on the phone. And if you're Miss, be like, his name was Glenn Going, so everybody just called him G.
Yeah.
Be like, G, I missed class. Can I copy the notes? And then he would literally make a photocopy of them for
Right.
you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Take the transparency.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, no, unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of like elective classes where it would be like, man, I wish I would have taken blah, blah, blah
Right.
or something like that. So, but yeah, I would say PE and health were, the ones PE was my favorite and health is one I'd probably want to take again.
Right.
So, what about you?
So I like the one I absolutely loved was choir.
Yeah.
Loved choir. It was super fun. But the one that I wish I could have just like taken and spent the time to get really, really good at was art.
Art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though like, yeah, do I like the actual like practical application of that is, yeah, there's no ROI in it.
No.
It's like kind
But
of like
it's
same
fun.
thing with choir.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that was like, I think like I had a pretty good talent for it back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, it was one of those things like I really wish I probably would have spent more time on that.
Yeah.
And I think I took maybe one art class and that was it, but I did choir for years. Absolutely loved it.
Interesting. But let us know what you would do again and what was your favorite subject. But
yeah.
Moving on to our fight scene. All right, this one's probably not a very fair fight, but it's two high school kids.
Okay.
We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Okay, yes.
versus Spiderman.
Oh, I'm sorry, Buffy.
Yeah. Pick Spider-Man because obviously, the new Spider-Man movie came out. But I don't even think we need to go through all three rounds with this.
No, are we talking Spider-Man or Spooderman?
Spider-Man. Yeah. Not Spooderman. But unfortunately Buffy
Buffy's just gonna get toasted.
she's gonna get wrecked. So
yeah.
sorry, Buffy, but you lose
all three rounds.
Yeah.
Like it's not even funny. Don't even have to go there.
You lose all three rounds.
Yep.
Not even close. But
Nope.
you can try to debate us with that, but you would be
gonna
wrong.
lose.
You would be wrong.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think of good high schoolers, and unfortunately, those are the only two that like popped into my head real quick. They're like, oh, Buffy's in high school. So Spider-Man. That's not a really fair fight, but I can't think of anything else. So we're
Knives
going for it.
Chow or Ramona Flowers.
Oh, well.
That one's not fair because
Ramona
Ramona Flowers got powers too.
Yeah, Ramona Flowers would win. So,
You
but
knocked the color out of her hair.
yeah.
He punched the color out of her hair.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
So good.
But moving on to our joke of the week. All right, what are some of your jokes?
Now again, these jokes are ones that might make you divorced.
Uh-oh.
But trust me,
They're funny.
they're funny. You'll like them. So, do you know why God made man first?
Why?
Because he didn't want any advice on how to do it.
That's true.
So, why do people put wedding rings on their left hand?
Why?
Because marriage isn't right.
That's funny. That's a good one.
How do you make 5 pounds of fat look good?
Oh, jeez. I don't even want to answer that one.
You put a nipple on it.
There you go.
Oh, this one again, a very, very common question that men ask themselves all the time. How do you know when your girlfriend is getting too fat?
How?
When she starts fitting into your wife's clothes.
That. Oh man. Oh, that's like the joke of like, all you need for a happy marriage is to have a good cook, someone that can clean, and someone that loves you, and then
Make
hopefully
sure that
they never meet. Yeah.
Oh, do you know why women are called females?
Why?
Because there's a fee that comes along with them.
That's a good one too. One more.
Okay, what does buying a hooker and buying a sandwich have in common?
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Both could be avoided if your wife was doing her job.
Oh jeez.
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out.
Word to the wise: if you're in a relationship, do not tell your wife.
Don't do any of those.
Don't tell your wife those jokes.
No.
Yes.
I mean, if she looks at you and she ever says, "Honey, does this dress make me look fat?" Your question is, "Honey, you're beautiful, you're amazing," and everything else. Do not look at her and say, "Honey, if you ran your mouth as much as you ran on a treadmill, you wouldn't be asking me that question."
Yeah.
That's also not a good thing.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
What do you call it when you leave your ADD medication in your Ford?
Oh, I don't know.
You have a Ford Focus.
Oh, dang. That's a good one.
That's a whole, you can tell your wife that joke.
That's one you can tell.
Don't tell your wife Tony's jokes.
My
But moving
jokes,
on to our shout outs. All right, who do you got for a shout out?
I'm actually going to shout out like the good teachers and stuff that are out there.
Shout out to the good teachers. We're not going to talk about the bad ones.
No.
Shout out to the good ones.
And kind of again goes back to that, that old saying, we don't talk about the planes that land, we talk about the planes that crash.
Yep.
And that's because it's interesting, it's fascinating. So let's start talking about the planes that land, talk about the good teachers, talk about what they're doing that's really good, talk about, what we appreciate about them.
Yeah.
The fact that, I, looking back on it, like I appreciate the fact that there are teachers out there that hold, kids' feet to the fire.
Yeah, hold the standards. Hold the standard.
Yeah. Good
But
job,
moving
ladies.
on to our final thoughts. I think the biggest one is put the phone down and find a way of learning that works for you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. So study hard, be productive. Teachers, do your best.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have a very important role because you're shaping the minds of, the future generations. Take that serious.
Yeah.
So
Be in the moment. I think that's one of the biggest things that, again, get sucked back into my younger body or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I remember being a kid, like the only thing I ever wanted to do was to get older.
yeah,
Like,
enjoy
man,
being young.
Just...
We have a student here that is like working so hard to be older.
Yeah.
And it's like, just enjoy being a kid.
It's like, dude, trust me. Like it's
Once you start being an adult, you'll never stop. So
yeah,
enjoy being younger. And thanks for kicking it with us this week, you guys. And we will see you next week.
Time.
Bye-bye.